This series is written chronologically. If you are new to the series, you must start at Season 1, Episode 1. Thank you. The Blood-Drawn Chronicles, Season 5, Origins Unveiled, was written by Michael Bradley and produced by DigiFox Studios. If you'd like to contribute towards our next season, titled Season 6, Symphony of the Osprey, please visit www.patreon.com/TBDC and take advantage of the awesome perks we have available. We want to take this time to thank Lord Saunders from www.lordsaunders.com for the wonderful audio mastering of the episode you're about to enjoy. As always, thank you for listening, and now our story begins.
12 hours now. A new record set, a broken Alannah met, and various inquiries left unconcluded. As soon as the door to her cell closed behind me, I wasted no time getting to the heart of the matter. A quick and close gander was all I required to fully assess her condition. In that second-long look, a glimpse of despair was most evident in her eyes than any of God's creatures. If her spirit could be reflected in the form of flesh and bone, no doubt it would be a maimed figure of a once pure and innocent little girl. I don't recall ever being proud of my actions once my eyes made contact with hers. I peered inside the emptiness of her dilated pupils and saw nothing in return. That, Mr. Finley, was what 12 hours on my serum did. It had raped her of her privacy and would continue to violate her as long as there was air left in her lungs. And I admit this now, that I found myself playing the role of the carriage reaper to she, my first ever victim. And I didn't care. At the time, all that filled my mind was the next series of moves on my part that would ensure me the checkmate in this newly started game between Mr. Myrick and myself. For the past 6 hours, I had planned carefully every question I would ask, every answer she would give, I would receive as absolute truth, no matter how it was presented. I had prepared for every possible scenario in our session, and so accordingly I asked, "Are you alive?"
Yes, Doctor.
Good. Now tell me about Myrick.
Tell you what, Doctor?
When you first met him, what was your first reaction?
I was scared.
Scared? Why?
Scared because he was a monster.
And did this monster hurt you when you two first met?
He has not.
Tell me, in the time you've spent with him, has he ever hurt you?
No, he hasn't.
Then what, pray tell, constitutes him a monster if his actions have never harmed you?
I don't know.
Perhaps verbally, then. Has he ever been verbally offensive toward you?
No, he has not.
All right, then. Tell me, Miss Alora, has Mr. Myrick ever had knowledge of you?
He has seen me naked.
And in turn, have you seen him naked?
No.
Was there force involved?
Yes.
So, am I correct in saying there was a fight between the two of you?
Yes.
Where did this fight take place?
It was far from people, out in the woods, somewhere.
And during said fight, you were naked and afraid for your life?
Yes.
Interesting. What was your thought process during the fight?
I wanted to kill him.
You wanted to kill him for what he did to you?
Yes.
And what exactly did he do to you?
Many things.
Can you give me an example?
He made me his prisoner
How so?
by linking with me.
Linking with you?
Yes,
This linking was done without your consent, wasn't it?
yes,
He forced it upon you, didn't he?
yes,
It was awful, wasn't it? To be joined together with that monster.
yes.
You couldn't escape him, could you?
No,
And out in the woods, all alone with this monster, all you could do was fight him, wasn't it?
yes,
You were no match for him, were you?
no, I wasn't.
What happened in the end?
I fainted from all the pain.
The pain caused by him being one with you, correct?
Yes,
I am truly sorry you had to go through such an unspeakably horrible experience, my dear.
thank you.
You've been his captive ever since that day, haven't you?
Yes,
And under his captivity, he plays mind games with you, torturing you mentally with acts of kindness, while inside he is a cruel monster. Am I right?
yes,
Despite his best efforts, though, you see him for what he really is, don't you?
I do.
You are a fighter, Miss Alannah.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are. Why would you think otherwise?
Because if I were a fighter, I wouldn't be afraid to fight him again and die. That's why I had to kill that other man in the town square.
Other man? Oh, you mean Mr. Gallo?
I didn't know his name. All I knew was I had to kill him for the monster, or he would kill me.
Good God, sir!
I know.
What that monster did to Miss Alannah, I can't even speak it.
Neither could I. At the moment, neither could I.
I can't properly contain my anger. I mean, this thing, it not only defiled her, it also kept her a prisoner. And tormented her.
So it would seem.
He had to pay for what he did. Tell me you sought out vengeance for her.
I did. After hearing her story, who wouldn't?
Precisely, sir. What did you do?
I gave her the anti-serum and walked straight out of her cell to my laboratory. Myrick had gone too far, and I intended to make sure he suffered for it. So I entered my lab, opened my strongbox, and grabbed the axiophyllomane extract.
What is that, sir?
By itself, and in small doses, it was a waking agent designed to prevent sleep. I used it often in my early years as a means of sleep deprivation torture. However, when used in large doses and combined with certain other ingredients, it could be used as a painful tool of death.
How exactly, sir?
By pumping the heart so fast and so furiously that it would eventually erupt. That's what I planned to do to Myrick. I planned to destroy his heart the way he destroyed Miss Alannah. And it would be glorious.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, share, comment, and, most importantly, subscribe. Don't feel like waiting until next week for the next Blood Drawn episodes to release? No problem. You can get access to all the episodes of this season now for just a $5 pledge on Patreon.